has actually started. The battery keeps on wiggling itself so much that the actual terminals have come off. Right guys, the Saxo is back. It's been, you know, a couple of weeks since we actually did anything to this car, mainly because I've been doing other things, ST170 related, Fiesta related, and you know, driving various other cars. But I have put together a little sort of part storage inside this car, you know, little bits that I've wanted to do straight away to this little thing. And we've got a steering wheel, we've got a little short shifter to put in, so we're going to do all that today. A couple of stickers to put on, you know, I like my stickers. Right, let's get to it. Now, I actually bought this from a subscriber, this steering wheel. Now, I actually wanted a Boss because I want to put a really nice suede OMP nice steering wheel on this. This is actually what I believe to be an eBay steering wheel, which, you know, I don't think a lot of people agree with. I'm a little bit on the fence about it, but the reality is that you can bend the standard one. Probably makes this just as bad to put back in. But the reality of me buying this from the subscriber, again, thank you so much for selling me this Boss and wheel kit. It was for the Boss basically. I just wanted a really nice Boss and get a really nice OMP, you know, a nice steering wheel. So if you do have a steering wheel, I would like quite a nice flat bottom. I don't think I want a dish one in this, but as this came as a sort of package from a subscriber, I had to buy it, had to be done. I've never actually put a steering wheel in a Saxo. Again, I do not preach that I know what I'm talking about whatsoever. I just like doing stuff to cars. Now what I am going to do is disconnect the battery, because you do not want the airbag going off in your face. No one needs that. So literally, because this car is a bodge, look at that, comes straight off there, disconnected, just like that. Now I've had a quick look online, and there's 2 bolts behind this. Again, this is not, I repeat, not a how-to. Now don't get me wrong, you don't actually have to take this steering wheel trim off, but I think it might be a little bit easier to actually get to the steering wheel and position it properly with that piece off, and it's only 2 screws, so it's quite easy to actually get this off. But what I'm using is the T20 out of the Halfords Advanced Toolkit that I've got. There's nothing advanced about what I do, I know that for sure. Right, so airbag off. And I knew that the airbag light was on this car. I didn't quite know why, because this wasn't actually attached. So this steering wheel has actually been off the car before. A lot of people, especially in the comment section, will be so worried that the airbag is coming out of this car. The reality is, if you crash a Saxo, you crash a Saxo. I do not think having an airbag in one of these cars is going to save you. I am going to put a roll cage in this at one point, but that sort of says a lot, because someone's already been in here and detached the actual airbag from the car. Okay, you're going to make sure that the steering wheel is in exactly the right place. Try and keep that with my knees in the same place. Go. Now you can actually put the steering lock on for that, but I do worry about the steering lock on a Saxo breaking before an actual nut would. So the knees had to come into it then. Right, big centre bolt out, relatively simple. Now, a while back when I did this on, you know, previous cars, the best way I ever found, not saying that this is a how-to, to actually get the standard steering wheels off was to bash it at the sides without putting the high beam on. Just like that. But yeah, that's quite an easy way of getting a steering wheel off, is just bash either side and then it should just release, fingers crossed. Now what I've done is actually taken the inner mechanism here out for the airbag. Again, we're not going to need it with what we're going to do to this car, so in reality taking that out is quite a good idea. And on this steering wheel there is actually a long piece of metal, if we can see that, on the Boss. Right, try and get this pretty much exact, making sure the front wheels are straight. Yep, I can see them through the wing. once I see Josh again, just torque that, because you want to make sure your steering wheel stays on, especially when you're racing. Right, steering wheel is in the car. Seems to be on there. Now, flex-wise, a lot of people are going to ask about flex-wise. Again, this is, you know, it's an eBay steering wheel at the end of the day. So, let's check the flex on that. And again, this isn't something I'm going to keep in the car. When I am really hurting this, the last thing I want to do is for the steering wheel to hurt me. So I'm definitely going to buy a nicer, you know, probably a flatter steering wheel as well, not a dish one. I do want one sort of down here, I think. The Boss itself is actually quite good. Again, I think it's a cheap eBay one. They do stick out a little bit more just here, and I have noticed that on a couple of cheaper Bosses that they do actually stick out a little bit further. Although this one is on as tight and as, you know, flush as I can towards the car, there's still a little bit of gap just here. But, you know, in a universal part, something like this, again, I think these do fit Honda Civics as well, if I remember correctly. But, you know, going from both a Honda Civic and a Saxo 106, you know, the steering column is a little bit different. That is on there, but again, steering wheel flex, you know, probably as much as the standard one, if I'm honest. There is a lot to be said for just changing the characteristics of how a car feels just by changing the steering wheel and the seats. Next up, the guys at Alju sent down one of their twin cylinder air compressors for me to try out. Now, I actually wanted to get one of these just in case, to keep in the X6, to keep with this car, because I like to check my tyre pressures here and there, because I don't want to be, you know, enjoying this car with, you know, 10 psi in each corner. No one needs that. And they knew this, so they wanted to send down one of their air compressor kits for me. Nice bit of packaging there. Yeah, double cylinder, as you can see, on and off there. You can carry it as well, which is a pretty cool thing. It's also got a little compartment in the top there to keep all of the it's always got a bit for a ball there, for a football. That's good. This also can be plugged into your cigarette lighter, which is a good idea, but even better, it can actually be plugged into a battery. It's such a good idea. Also comes with a nice little carry case to keep in your race car. Carry case in a race car. But I do need to check the pressures on this car. Obviously, I enjoy my cars quite a lot, so you want to be mindful of the pressures in these tyres. After the Sunstrip pretty much fiasco video that we did last on this car, the guys at Track Addict noticed that I said I wanted a black on black sticker, so a gloss black sticker with a matte black Sunstrip. So they sent down one of their gloss black hashtag Track Addict stickers, which is going to look awesome. So I'm going to stick that on top of the car now. Give it a bit of stealth. Okay, so the way I would do this on my own is just peel back a little bit there and fold it, and then use the actual top, you know, tacky tape to actually adjust and see where you actually want your banner, window banner, whatever sticker you're wanting to put on your car. Sort of a little cheat way of doing it, because you can do it pretty much on your own. This is the point in the video where I absolutely bugger this up. That looks proper awesome. The reason I wanted a matte black Sunstrip with the gloss black logo going across is because you get this sort of effect, you know, with the gloss black paint, the matte black there, and then the gloss black of that. The contrast looks so good. I'm so impressed with that. If you haven't already, go and follow Track Addict on Instagram. I'll put their link on the screen right now. They're a huge supporter of the channel, and they're a good bunch of lads, and I want to take this car on one of their track days one day. Make it happen. I really hope you guys are liking this little Saxo project that I'm trying to do, sort of on a budget as well. I don't really want to spend millions and millions of pounds on this little French hot hatch, but that does open up the idea that I want to buy stuff from subscribers. I've said it in a couple of videos before about this car, but it's definitely something I want to stress. Everything that I buy for this car, I want it to be from you guys. Now, I'm not after, you know, silly expensive stuff as of yet, depending on how out of control this little build actually gets, but just, you know, the little bits, maybe a new grille, headlights. I'm looking for morettes as well. I'd absolutely love to stick a set of morettes in here. I've just got a set of wheels from a subscriber as well, so they will be coming soon to literally transform the look, you know, outside of this car. Bodywork wise is something, you know, we're going to cover in the next couple of videos, but the British summer is getting in the way of that at the moment. But again, if you want to be part of this build, the Fiesta build, or any other build on the channel, please let me know. It's how I'm able to produce more content and, you know, create cooler cars as well for you guys to watch and, you know, appreciate these little cool builds that I'm trying to do for the channel. Anyway guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Check out FYD Apparel. The pizza t-shirt is rocking today. You know how we roll, and we'll see you all on the next one. Cheers guys.